If you could invite one company in the world to come to Hobart, and they would absolutely come if you just talked to them, who would you have?
Wow. Probably at this point, probably something that deals with alternate energy, just to kind of hear what is new and exciting on that front, and hopefully land them, because certainly good clean industry is always good for Northwest Indiana. So probably like
Maybe a
energy.
manufacturing company, maybe Tesla. You
Yeah.
want to ask Elon to come?
Tesla would be a nice, that'd
Yeah.
be a good one. I think I could suffer that idea.
How about you?
I'm going to save the Cubs for Mayor Joe. Because if the Cubs are inviting, that's good for him and to you.
Yeah.
So
Way to be regional. Way to be regional.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Joe, you can take that one. I'm going to go with Apple.
Yeah.
Apple's not going anywhere in the time. I mean, it's tech. It's the leader of the tech, and that's where all the great jobs are nowadays. So
Big jobs.
Well, the Cubs and Apple are great suggestions, okay? And no disrespect to my industry, BP, and I wouldn't bring Exxon, so that would be my answer. I'd look for a company maybe like Hershey's, somebody that really buys into the community.
Nice.
I've got all these
somebody
already.
that, I don't know if you've ever been to Hershey, Pennsylvania, but it is chocolate town.
really,
It's great.
Okay? And, you're
Is it? How big is it, Mayor?
It's big.
Bigger than writing?
Yeah, it's probably a 30 or 40,000. My guess would be,
Nice.
but
the city is Hershey.
streetlights
and
are
Hershey is the
Kisses.
city.
Really?
Shaped like
cool.
Hershey Kisses.
Really cool.
The streets are chocolate and Milky Way Drive. I mean, it's just it seems like they're deeply embedded in the community, and
They've invested a ton in schools, and
schools,
homes,
museums, factories. They have tours. They have it's really pretty cool how the town is
cool.
set up. Yeah.
If you could drive any car that we gave you, if we just gave you a car today, we're not going to, by the way. There's zero chance of that ever.
You'd have to claim that.
I think sometimes we give people T-shirts, but if you could drive any car in the world that you wanted, what would it be?
Probably an antique. I am younger in life. I didn't have any interest in old cars, antiques. I now love them. On the 4th of July every year, one of the collectors of antiques drives me in the parade, and everything from DeSotos to Cadillacs to all. I love antique cars now. I'm a big fan of it. So probably just something old like a '57 Chevy. Or an old Cadillac with the rumble seat. I love that kind of thing. It's really, to me, I guess it's showing I'm getting older. I'm starting to appreciate vintage things
That move slowly and fragilely, and
Yeah.
how about you? What do you want to drive out of here today?
He's still young, though. So
Yeah, 47. What's funny about me is I'm not very into cars. I never really have been. I have a Chevy truck. I like it.
Yeah.
But I guess if I could pick one car, I would do 66 Mustang convertible. That'd be great with that.
How about you? What are you
I
going to
stole
drive?
my '57 Chevy idea, but probably do something that I can't afford. Something nice, luxurious SUV or something. Maybe.
All the accoutrements.
Yeah, something that that mayors don't usually.
Somewhere
typically
nice
drive.
too. That's right.
Yeah.
And for the record, we are not buying any mayors, any cars, so don't do a report on that. Don't tweet that. That has nothing to do with anything. We gave him a cup of coffee, I think. Last question. What would you tell a young leader thinking about getting into public service? What advice would you have for them?
One of the first things you want to always tell them is stay true to their values. Politics can be a vicious world, and people will try to manipulate you. They'll try to use you. They'll try to cloud the issue, things that you're dealing with from a leadership. And staying true to your values is always the best thing. Understanding that in our jobs, sometimes what is the most popular decision is not the right decision. And both of these gentlemen have had to face that in their careers. And where they made a decision based on what was best for their community as a whole. And when you do that, I think as long as you stay the course, you'll be successful. But for a young person come into that, they have to stay the course and stay focused. They may not always agree with you. No matter what, you can hold your head up. And at the end of the time of your service, you can know you did what was right.
How about you? What do you tell the young folks in the party?
Well, I used to tell them, don't fight with the press. But I fight with the press all the time, so I don't say that anymore.
That's good advice, though.
It is good
Do as
advice.
I say,
I
not as I do.
have to follow my own advice, though. So I just tell them to do the right thing, and that's hard enough. And like the city court issue, the easy thing to do would be to ignore the fact that we're losing money, and we always have been, and we probably always will be. And just to put my head in the sand and just say, okay, we've done it this way for 100 years, we're going to keep doing it this way. The hard thing to do is what I thought was the right thing, and take the arrows and the punches and the slings that are going to come at you by trying to change the way we do business. Doing the right thing is always the hardest thing. That's one thing I've learned.
Sure is.
How about you? What do you tell the young pups?
I always tell them if you don't drink, start. But truthfully, I think it's really important that you put good people around you. You have to hire the best you can hire, and your friends aren't necessarily the best people that can.
Absolutely.
You may have some very good friends that will help you, but at the same time, not every one of your friends is going to be the best fit for you. And also, don't, like Mayor Snedecor said, don't be afraid to reach out for help, because I think there's nothing that'll get you derailed faster than thinking you know everything at the beginning. You don't, and I've been through it, and I thought I knew more than I did, and it's a rude awakening. So you have to reach out, and you have to look at other people who've done it, and you have to do a lot of research and do some work on yourself. It's not going to come to you, instantly. So you got to do the work.